This is Voice for Mount Pleasant Podcast, Best of Edition, bringing you the best of 2021. More than 67,600 votes were cast. You will meet the businesses and services that were voted the best of 2021 by the readers of Mount Pleasant Magazine. Stay tuned for inspiring stories from the winners themselves.
Here we are again at the Best of Podcast. We're showcasing the Best of 2021. And with me today, I have Palmetto Christian Academy, the headmaster, Mr. Zubia. It's so great to have you here. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. We just love you guys. And anytime we can get together is always fun for us.
That photo shoot that you guys were in, for those who haven't picked up the magazine, you can go to www.readmpm.com and you can see you and the nurses that were voted. So let's tell everybody what happened. This year we had in the Best of 2021, we asked our readers and the residents of Mount Pleasant to vote for the best of COVID. I really felt it was exciting to see the Palmetto Christian Academy voted best school to adapt to COVID. How did that come about? What did you do to make that happen?
For us, that was exciting too. And really what I can tell you is that we did a lot of the things that other people did, but I think for us, people recognized that as a kind of a small school compared to other schools. We just marshaled all our resources and had a great team. And that was the difference, is we had a great team. And I'll tell you what we did very well, I think, was communicate. So all along the way, we communicated where we were with getting the IT infrastructure set up and with what we were going to do with buying new air filters and what the procedures were going to be. So I think, if anything, it's the teamwork and the communication that made the difference.
Did the parents and the students recognize what y'all were doing? How did you communicate your mission for safety during COVID to the students and the parents?
Yeah, we had a web page. So obviously we put updates on the web page, and then we did, I used Loom videos. So I would do videos to the parents, and then we would post those. So even if you missed something, there was always multiple ways for you to get a hold of that. And the kids were very involved too. So kids would tell me that they watched the video as well, and they were keeping up on the webpage. So really, we just had different vehicles, and then people were posting things on the parent Facebook page. So everybody just seemed, as a community, to come together because they all wanted to know what was going to happen.
You should be honored, Mr. Zubia. Your whole team should be honored with that. And then at the photo shoot, it was so wonderful. You brought two nurses there because they were voted one of the best nurses. I'm really glad that we added that. Actually, it's not the best for those listeners. It's the favorite. Right. So when you broke the news to them, what was their response?
Well, they're very humble ladies, and for them, they thought, well, we're just doing our job. So they were very thrilled to get it, but they thought, this is what we do. They're very good at what they do. They don't realize that their bedside manner, especially during a time when it's very traumatic for kids and for parents, they don't realize that as loving and nurturing as they are, because they're both moms and they both have kids at our school. So they're well known by the community. I think that made a huge difference. And I think that's why they were people's favorites, because when you're already worried about a pandemic and everything else going on, and you have such a nurturing voice, another mom in the school, and two of them, no less, that really made the difference.
Did they have fun at the shoot, Mr. Zubia?
They did. I had been on a couple before, and they hadn't been on one. So they thought it was so much fun because there was no pressure. It was a lot of laughter, getting to know other people from other organizations. And then the shoots, the sites are always beautiful. And the camera people, they're just so professional.
That was a mission of mine personally. I wanted people need fun right now. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And so I wanted to make it fun and safe. Some of our listeners may not know about Palmetto Christian Academy. Can you spend a little bit of time telling us about it?
Some of that too is where we're located. I always laugh because we're on Egypt Road, which is right off of Long Point, but it's a dead end street. And
you're right.
If you weren't coming down here, you might not know we were here, but we've been around about 28 years. We're pretty young, if you think about it. Some parents from East Cooper Baptist Church, which we are a ministry of, they decided to start a school in 1992 that had a Christian worldview, biblical worldview. And so they started that with only like 25 kids. And it's blossomed now to, 28 years later, 29 years later, we're now at about 715 kids. And so we're thrilled to be here. We're thrilled that people still like what we're doing. And it's important for us that we are producing Christian young men and women who are going to make an impact out there in the culture, because they have a worldview that we think is based on it is based on truth and doing the good and the noble things out there, be good citizens and hopefully, change the world.
Tell our listeners and viewers about the new Life Center, because that's exciting for you guys. Tell me what it brings to the community and your school.
Sure. Well, the Student Life Center, we call it that because we believe in a well-rounded education. So we believe that through athletics and fine arts and the academics, that's how we, and Bible, of course, that's how we mold the kids. And so this Student Life Center is exciting. A new 44,000 square foot building that has about 10 new classrooms, 2 beautiful science labs. It's got, Bible, math, and STEM, classes will be taught in there. And we are going to have a gym that seats over 1,000 kids. They're going to have now locker rooms that are well equipped, a weight room, training room, and that kind of thing. So it's just, and even a breakout area for the kids. So it's kind of a place for our high school to separate out a little bit. Those of you who know a little bit about private schools or Christian schools, you grow up, and you're kind of in 3 main hallways your whole life at the school. And now the high schoolers, 9 through 12, get their own building. And I think it's going to be really good for school spirit and just for what we're trying to accomplish and for the growth that we've had already.
Mount Pleasant Magazines has enjoyed helping our readers learn about you guys. We distribute the magazine, we direct mail the magazine, Mr. Zubia, to all newcomers that move to the 5 zip codes we serve. And I know that the readers enjoy reading about Palmetto Christian Academy. And congratulations on being voted in the best school. I mean, that's the best school to deal with COVID. I mean, that was a topic of everyone's mind, was it not?
It was. And again, why is that so important? Because I think the key there is best school to adapt to COVID. That's what we want to be. We want to be nimble. And you know what? This year it's COVID. We don't know what it's going to be next year. And so for us to be able to adapt, I think that speaks a lot to who we are as a team. And
absolutely.
what we're accomplish. So thank you for recognizing that.
So we'll see you. I'm sure I'll see you in the hallways of your new building. And I appreciate you, and I appreciate you being on Best of Podcast. So thanks for being here, Mrs. Zubia.
Thank you for the invitation. Always good to be with you.
Thanks for listening to the Best of 2021 podcast, brought to you by Mount Pleasant Magazine. To access today's guests and other Best of winners, visit bestofmp.com. For more in-depth articles and best of lists, pick up your copy of Mount Pleasant Magazine at your local Harris Teeter or Publix grocery stores, or read online at readmpm.com. The Best of Mount Pleasant, brought to you by Mount Pleasant Magazine and our readers.